98. Total. Kima. Keisha. Pam. Missy. Talk to me. Yeah.
Bad boy. My mic sounds nice. Check one. Bad boy. My mic sounds nice. Check two. P-U-F-F. I'ma make them go deaf. Make you say, who that? Them total bitches. Badass. Keisha and Pam. Oh shit. Goddamn shit. You cram it or slam it. Damn right. I'ma jam it.
Baby, you show it. That's so open. You show it something. See, I won't trade you for nothing. See, everything you do to me, you got me tripping. And I'm satisfied, and that's guaranteed. I hope that you've been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on my own feet. You got me bugging, boy. You bring me so much joy. You got me open, boy, and I'ma say myself for you. I hope that you've been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on my own feet. You got me bugging, boy. You bring me so much joy. You got me open, boy, and I'ma say myself for you. Baby, yeah. That's one thing I mentioned. Me and her. See, she's no competition. So tell her that you're through with her and you love me, and that's totally. And you're dedicated to me. I hope that you've been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on my own feet. You got me bugging, boy. You bring me so much joy. You got me open, boy, and I'ma say myself for you. I hope that you've been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on my own feet. You got me bugging, boy. You bring me so much joy. You got me open, boy, and I'ma say myself for you.
Baby, there's one thing I'll mention. No. She's no competition. I won't quit till I get it, till I have it, found and ready. I'm in love. Shit, you got me. I won't quit till I get it, till I have it, found and ready. I'm in love. Shit, you got me. You got me tripping. See, I'm moving, baby, I'm moving. Baby, you know that. You got me tripping. See, I'm moving, baby, I'm moving. I hope that you've been checking me. I know what you're talking about. Got me tripping on my own feet. You got me bugging, boy. You bring me so much joy. You got me open, boy, and I'ma say myself for you.
Right. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Um, hey to one EQL and hello, Jen. Howdy. All right, so make sure that y'all sub to the Witch's Broom channel, okay? It's coming up in the searches now. Just search for the Witch's Broom and you'll find my new channel, okay? I wanted to come and point something out to y'all because y'all know I've been extremely busy. past couple of days, and I can't be here too long. I got quite a few things to do after the sun go down. So, also make sure that y'all go and bookmark my website, Divine Services Apothecary. You know, when you start a business and you have a website and you have a company, you definitely want to make sure that your website is not necessarily codependent on social media, because social media, it's an amazing thing. I'm not going to lie to you. I love YouTube. I love TikTok, Instagram, because you can put up your images or everything, but sometimes you may run into some everybody got haters, but sometimes you may run into some super haters, and they hating for real. It's a lot of haters out there. It's a lot of them. They've been hating on Richie Gats. I don't know if y'all saw that. I like his little comedy videos, and they've been hating on him. Like, I'm like, leave this man alone, you know? But in the spiritual community in particular, I think that our genre is probably the most sought out by scammers, because it's already assumed that by some people, it's already assumed that if you have even the slightest belief in God, that you must be stupid. But since I'm a polytheist, as well as a witch, a spiritualist, high priestess, bruja, whatever you want to call me, I believe in God, many gods, and spirits, and all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I think that our genre, and you can, I guess we can call it an industry, it seems to be the most sought out by scammers and by people that, they just want to make a quick buck, but it's deep. It goes deeper than that. So, um, um, so the scammers and the frauds are angry. They're very angry because they don't really believe in witchcraft or magic or God. Um, had no faith. It was all about the technical stuff and maybe a little bit, but typically a authentic spiritualist doesn't have to set up scams and stuff typically. You know what I'm saying? Like a scamocious situation that isn't even real. So I get a text message. Y'all know I'm always transparent with y'all. So y'all notice I ain't said nothing to nobody all day. I have nothing to say to these people in social media. It's not my fault that your scam didn't work. And it's not my fault that this genius plot, they thought they were geniuses. And I don't understand why, except for with the purpose of scamming or either hating. We're scamming. We're going to call it scamming, which is scamming and hating at the same time. Okay. So they mad, y'all. They big mad. I'm gonna share y'all a text message. Now I want y'all to I'm gonna break down my logic on this, but I want y'all to, because I allow people to think freely. Okay. So this person texts me, and I know who it is. If this person says, as a fellow spiritualist, what a disgrace to know that you are the black, wait a minute, that you are the black woman sleeping with the black man bashing black women on YouTube today. How disgraceful it is that you continue to sleep with a man who uplifts white racist women, but your desperate black ass keeps sleeping with him and allowing him to humiliate you online before these white women. How dare you call yourself a high priestess, right? So this is how this conversation starts out. I was able to expose this person who they really was. Now, obviously, whoever this person is, first of all, you're not a spiritualist. Okay, that's first of all. Um, but what else was I going to dissect in here? Um, let's talk about the scam of, which he obviously was involved with the scam, right? Okay. So this is actually one of the people. This person is trying to disguise themselves as a spiritualist. And they're upset, right? Oh, I'm so upset because you're a disgrace. Now, first of all, it is a well-known fact that me and this person that they're talking about, we do not any longer have a relationship with one another. Um, which I never did understand. First of all, he was a part of this scam against me, right? And it happens, okay? Um, it happens. Most of us witches, we were born this way, and we've unfortunately dealt with a scammy man. So, first of all, if you're a woman that is involved with a man that makes a decision to do you dirty, don't ever beat yourself up over it. Okay. So the logic that they use is very flawed. And it is because men like that come a dime a dozen. And all of us got at least $1 in our pocket. Okay. Right. One EQL ready to go to war. So by your logic, that means that the whole world, I guess, is a disgrace. I guess this whole world and everybody is disgraced. The whole entire world should be disgraced because of the decisions that this man made as well as these other people. See what I'm saying? So the logic that these people use is very flawed. Now I'm already knowing that it's a troll because no human being is going to think that way. Okay? But, if they're thinking, right? So that means that every woman in the world should be held responsible and disgraced for what a man decides to do. Okay. Yeah, we should all just be disgraced. Everybody should just be disgraced. You know, I guess the Pope, and every preacher, pastor, reverend, priest of a church, all of us should just be admonished and disgraced because of the bad decisions of men, right? So I'm already looking at it like, wow, okay. You could tell that this person was trying to catch me off guard, but I'm forever grounded, right? So I say to this person, I say, this has got to be the most ridiculous correspondence you people have sent to me to date. You wish people were dumb enough to actually think like this. Get a life, is what I tell them. Uh, So then this person tells me, no wonder you keep an eviction notice on your door. You are the reason black men bash us online. A uplift racist white women because your ass keeps opening your legs for these men. Now, first of all, um, this is a question um, that I've asked even him, this person, plenty of times. Um, and, until I finally realized, because I did make a lot of excuses for him. I did. And people make excuses for people when they love them, right? It's just, it's human nature, okay? Just because I'm a witch doesn't mean I'm a demon. I'm a human woman, very, very human, okay? And so, what does, again, what does my personal life have to do with my business? So obviously, this is what this group of people tried to do. Okay, let me finish reading the messages. Hello, April. Welcome. What a disgrace. Close your business because the spirit will never honor a fraud. So, because men make bad decisions, and this one is what we call a fuck boy. Um, I should close my business because I'm a fraud because of the bad decisions that he made, right? So obviously, this is somebody from that camp, and the person obviously, uh, I don't know if they were what the purpose of that was, but that was the whole point. Um, that was the whole point of him engaging with me, is because he's a misogynist who hates all women. So I don't really see him uplifting anybody. Somebody that's so low to the ground actually doesn't have the physical, mental, or spiritual capability to lift anybody up. So he doesn't have the power to lift anybody up. Okay. Just in case anybody else was thinking that way about that situation, he don't have the power to lift anybody up. He probably lacks the strength in his upper body. But we're not even talking about physical strength. Okay. We're not talking about that. Right. Um, so that was his plan, I believe. I believe that he thought that if he had like a relationship with me and then came back to YouTube and acted like a child, a man child, I believe that he, and along with several others, thought that they could shut my business down. Now, I don't know exactly why you would try to shut my business down when that wouldn't be good for my clients. That wouldn't be good for the people that I help. So that was never going to happen. The fact that he tried to do it and the fact that this group of people tried to do it was absolutely ridiculous. Um, and this is something that is going to be a lesson learned upon them. The point is that, and this is the whole point that I kept trying to get across to him. I would talk to him. I would tell him. I would say, I know exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to use yourself to discredit me, but you don't have the power to do that. You're talking about fake things in social media. I'm talking about spirit. I'm talking about witchcraft. I'm not talking about whatever this is. So it was basically, I think that he thought that he could shut down my business by trying to do harm to me socially, right? which is a mistake, a big mistake, right? So obviously they are upset because their plot, their plan didn't work. And then, so just to tell y'all the rest of the conversation, this person, I said, not my fault. You've been rolling with that sector blocking you. Nice try. Bye. And this person ends the conversation with, close your business. You're a low life, desperate ass black single mother. So again, from the beginning, this person was trying to pose as a angry black woman, but then again, like, oh, stop it. So they're upset because something happened to mess up their plot. I'm not going to really speak specifically on what I believe it is because that's my personal spiritual business. But the problem is a few things. The same stupid antics that man pulled, as well as his group, is what is happening to not just black women, but to a lot of other women, especially those of you that have spiritual gifts. You may not have spiritual gifts. Anybody that's walking and talking. Um, Second of all, the energy harvesting. I could tell that that was going on. So he was involved in all of that stuff, and like I said, men like him come a dime a dozen. Witchcraft is gonna always be your shelter. It's gonna always be your power, right? So they're upset, number one, because you know what they did, what they were trying to do to me did not work, will never work, and they're upset because I have the formula and they don't have the formula. So just in case, if you know specifically what I'm talking about, if you ever have someone doing this to you, or at least trying, there are several things that you can do to protect yourself and your family. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think one EQL, I think what it was that, um, who was that said that nobody is going to be able to steal? Jen said it. Low vibratory men trying to steal people's shine. That's basically what it's about. And they're upset that it didn't work. Um, and of course, I'm never going to shut down my business. It's so stupid. Why would I do that? What for? What? I'm successful. Why would I shut down my business? But that's what they wanted, and they're literally throwing a temper tantrum. Yeah, yeah. They're literally throwing a temper tantrum now. They're upset because it didn't work. It ain't going to work on me. It's not going to work on anybody. In fact, I was their guinea pig, and it didn't work. you know, I got to laugh at you because none of it worked. I had one of them trying to curse me, two or three of them trying to curse me. Then there was a few of them trying to energy harvest. They were attacking my kids. They were coming at me left and right. See, they didn't get past me. Even though there's probably been people that have done that before, but they didn't get past me. So they're upset about that. They're upset that it didn't work is why they're mad. Um yeah, that's pretty much what it is, and it's clearly a projection. First of all, it's I don't need to, nor will I ever close my company, um, ever. But what y'all need to do is shut down whatever operation y'all got going on because it's never going to work, least of all with me. And you need to do it immediately because I don't see good things coming for those people. I don't. Okay. Doesn't matter if they come to, I think that they think if they come to social media that that's going to be their ultimate weapon or power. But social media itself, a website itself, doesn't mean anything. I think that they think, oh, I'm going to post this and it's just going to magically do something for me. And it doesn't. And I think that they're upset about that. And I do think that if you solely, you know, I'm not going to go into detail, but I will tell you that doing authentic work, having a belief in it, having a belief in your workings that don't have anything to do with sponging off of someone else's energy because there's so much abundance around you, right? There's so much abundance around you. Doing your work, okay, being honest about it is the way to go, you know. Doing the things that they did is only going to lead you to destruction. And when, a lot of people that are very self destructive like that, when you don't stay on the straight and arrow, they know that that destruction is coming for them. So what they'll do is they'll try to push the destruction towards you, but that energy can always be transmuted. So the more and the more and the more and the more that they talk and try to send me negative energy, I'm just going to transmute all of that energy. I didn't ask for their energy. I didn't ask for their energy. They're giving it to me. They're willingly giving me their energy, and I'm going to use it for my own purpose. Okay, ask me how I did that. Not going to say, but it's a thing called transmutation, and it just is what it is. What a different, they would have a different outcome if they would have just learned how to transmute their own negative situation into positive. But that's not what they were doing. Is it my fault that you made a bad decision? And then you want to, hey, let's talk about this. Did I ever blame you for making a, I will admit that dealing with that man was a bad decision. I will admit to that. Okay. Because he's weak minded. Did I blame that on you? Am I contacting you, blaming it on you? No. Okay. So that makes a difference. And then also it was all disingenuous anyway, because those people literally tried to, and including himself, tried to use himself to discredit me. And I'm thinking, okay, this is not business. It was not a business decision that I made to deal with him. It was a personal decision. It was a personal decision that I made. And it makes no sense to, what did it have to do with any of this anyway? What what does one have to do with the other? Nothing. One doesn't have anything to do with the other. That's what I kept asking him for years. Why do you keep trying to sabotage me when, what does our relationship have to do with what I do for a living? One has nothing to do with the other. And what are they trying to say? Are they trying to say that witches are supposed to force a man to be respectful, because I can promise you that's not, no, witchcraft doesn't do that. At the end of the day, if a man is disrespectful and has no respect for women, it's just the way that he is. So a man does not define a woman. And this has consistently been the struggle of women for a very long time. Just off GP, it's a struggle for women. Men thinking that they control, especially narcissistic men, thinking that they control how people perceive the woman. And, this is something this is a trait that can be found in some males that is very, very undesirable. Okay. It is. It's very undesirable, and yeah, Jen, obviously, of course, but listen, hon, a man can always make a decision. I think that they all start out with their nice face on, but again, nobody nobody should be judged based upon, just like I wouldn't expect a man to be judged based upon what I decide to do. If I decide to do something stupid and crazy, I don't expect for anybody else to be judged except for me. So, I could go and marry somebody else a year from now, and then he decide that he wants to flip out. The point is that nobody should ever behave, but blame themselves for someone else's bad behavior. Those are his decisions that he made. What do I have to do with that? You see what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of women, in particular women who are divorced, or either they break up with somebody and the man goes around in the community and he's talking about her, and then you'll have people attacking her or judging her. And it's, what I would say to a man that did that, unless he were consulting with me because maybe a woman did something bad to him and I was trying to help him. You know what I would say to him? I would say, you know, that's between you and her, and I'm going to stay out of it. Go home and think about it. Go do some soul searching. See, when a person like that plays victim, because that's exactly what he would do. He would do things that was disrespectful and demeaning, and then he plays victim, right? I don't see him winning like that, literally, right? Literally, a man should behave like a man. That's what we expect. So, so again, I'm not into coddling men. Now, there are women out there that will flip out and do wrong stuff. I've seen them. But honestly, again, that's where the community needs to go and say, hey, this is, listen, my guy, um, go do some soul searching. Go look at yourself. Instead, you've got several other codependent people surrounding that man trying to feed off of the situation, right? Trying to feed themselves, trying to feed their ego, trying to prove something. When in reality, the proof is in the pudding. The man should behave better than that. He should be a better person. He should be a bigger person, right? He shouldn't be behaving that way. So, if people actually thought that way, I mean, that's the craziest scapegoating plot that you could ever think of. And I guess they think that if they do a spell, that he's going to be able to go out and rape and violate as many people as he wants. and they're gonna all blame the women that he raped. So we'll see if that works, right? Right? If a man makes a decision to do that, right, and he's doing disgusting things to women, plotting and scheming against women, and the whole world is just gonna blame that woman. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. That's something that only maybe a group of 10 people in social media are going to do. Okay. They're going to think that, but it doesn't mean that it's going to fly in the grand scheme of things. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you can just do whatever you want to people and we'll just scapegoat. Um, that's just like if he was to go out and decide to start setting cats and dogs on fire, and he would have an excuse for doing it, and then blame the cats and the dogs and the animals that he's hurting. Oh, it's their fault, that this happened. That's just like, so no, who thinks that way? Who would actually do that? And then also when you consider a lot of women, it's a very real thing. And I'm always here to support my sisters. Those of you that, you may develop battered women's syndrome or Stockholm syndrome. Battered women's syndrome, Stockholm syndrome is merely the adaptation to a person. It's when you adapt to an abusive person that's violating you for survival, right? So I'm definitely a high priestess. In fact, you know, I can say that I've been there, done that. It's pretty diabolical. And just to let you guys know, there are a lot of men that are attempting to do this. Is very sadistic. They'll even try to use spells. They'll go to witches to do spells on you just so that they can try to do harm to you. Um, I have a deep level of understanding as well as the formula to make sure that if you women ever get involved with something like that, that you will be okay and you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So I think that's the play that they do. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, right, Jen. So I mean, are we going to start saying that women are not powerful and that we're disgraceful because a man did us wrong? Like, no, that ain't going to never happen. I've sat and I speak to women all the time about their stories of abuse that they have overcame. No, that makes you very powerful when you overcome something that was meant to destroy you. Okay. That's powerful. And trust me, those people did not want you to overcome it, just like they didn't want me to overcome it. Okay. So that's just it. They want to harm people. It doesn't matter. As long as they're doing some kind of harm to somebody. Okay. And just to let y'all know on a side note, I think that people that go around saying single mother, doing single mother bashing, I'm going to say this to those people. You're looking real suspect, because to me, it doesn't seem that you only hate women. To me, it seems like they hate children too. You see what I'm saying? I think they hate children too. I think it shows by their bashing of single mothers, whether or not no matter what race you are. I don't understand why they put black in it, because, you know, yeah, some of my best friends are single mothers. Okay. And they're not black. Okay. So you're telling on yourself. Bashing a single mother means that you probably need to be on the FBI watch list. I think that we need to watch you. They need to, because it shows that they hate children too, doesn't it? Because what does a single mother do? A single mother does what? Stands by her children, right? She does. She does. Most of us can testify that our single mothers were phenomenal in raising us. Most of us can say that. Okay. So that means that you hate the children that came from that single mother. What did you want her to do? What? So it's very telling, isn't it? The attacks, the bullying of single mothers, and they tell on themselves because they even talk crazy about the children. So they don't just hate you, they hate your kids too. It's terrible. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? I think that that's definitely true within our own communities, one EQL. It is. It's true within the black community. Yeah. Yeah. So Jen knows exactly, and it's terrible. It's terrible. I'm not understanding why a person would sit down and actually make a decision to target a woman in the first place. Like, I am a witch. I do rituals and spells, to actually sit down in a group and decide, okay, this is what we're going to do to target this person. You have to question that person to begin with. What's wrong with that person? And they are really, really upset though. So when you overcome something like that, and when they can see that you've overcame it, and then also they can see that the plot and the scheme. I don't understand these schemes. Right. Well, actually, I do. I do understand the schemes. I can understand it because of my past life history, who I was in a past life. Okay, I get it. But in this life, I'm not that person, you know. But y'all know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, well, you're upset and you're angry because clearly what you were doing wasn't working. It's not. Okay. And I can tell you that my ex was being used as a catalyst. He's still being used as a catalyst. And if they can't get what they want out of the catalyst, or out of the target, then they're upset because they're not getting what they want, which in my opinion is energy. I think it's energy is what I believe that it is. And they're not getting that. They're not getting energy. They're not. So this is what they figured. If I can't be in your spirit, if I can't feed off of you, then I'm going to try to destroy you. Well, that didn't work either because that's pretty much that's the classic move of somebody that is trying to energy vamp off of you. When you get that person out of your energy, I want y'all to listen very carefully to what I am saying to you. Okay. I want you to listen very carefully. When a person was not able to get in your energy, when they are no longer able to access your energy, then they move in to destroy you. When they can't destroy you, that means that it's all over, right? If I can't get your energy, then I'm going to try to destroy you altogether. They're not going to be able to destroy you. So keep that in mind because the dark times that you can go through, you have to still be able to see that light at the end of the tunnel. This is something that I have counseled many, many clients on from start to finish, from start to finish. Okay. Not just counsel, but did work. It started out with the energy harvesting, looking up your Akashic records, trying to, subdue your ancestors, trying to keep them at bay so that they can't get to you to help you. Okay. When that stops, when you cut off the energy source, because why are you their source? It's not, I don't understand why somebody else would have to be somebody else's source of energy, but whatever. Okay. When you cut them off energetically, then that's when they move in with something else. And you cannot ever have faith in them. You don't listen to them. You don't take in what they're doing. Okay. But see, a lot of times they'll have you under possession, they'll have you binded, they'll have you 50% there to where you can't really use your energy to help yourself. So it'll all be inverted. It'll all be just messed up. And so that's the play. Okay, I can't feed off of you. I'm going to try to destroy you. No, you're not. You're not destroying anything. I can promise you. And that's why they're upset and angry. And, it just is what it is. It's a process, and you do have to trust the process. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, but one EQL, I don't think that they're forcing him, but I think he kind of goes back and forth. And so Jen was saying, girl, I hope it's real this time, because it is, because he's too unstable. One minute he's doing this and the next minute he's doing that. And you just never know when you can trust a person. And I've never seen anything like it before in my life. I think I've been in love a total of 6 times in my life. I've been in love with a man. And I've never encountered anything like that before. Ever. I've never, ever, ever actually encountered a man that clearly has some kind of hatred for Black women. Never in my life. Okay. And it's not about swirling, even if I began to swirl tomorrow, that doesn't mean that I'm going to have a hatred for just an inherent hatred. I don't suggest that, because honestly, we're not going to label every single Black person or Black man that's walking this earth, right? Only, we have to deal with the ones that are doing the dirt individually, right? That's what are y'all thinking of that? Anytime, y'all know y'all can click my link if y'all want. Okay, hold on. If God is forbid something happen. Yeah, and you should, so let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about that for a second. Nobody should be getting judged because of their relationship status. So this is actually written in our Constitution, right? So it is very confusing. So it was almost like they came at me, or the energy that I was getting, what was being stated subliminally is that I should feel bad or like a failure because I wasn't able to make or force a grown man to not hate himself and to not be a diabolical rapist and genocidal maniac. I should feel like a failure as a witch because I couldn't make him do that. And see, that's something that you can't make somebody do anything with witchcraft. You can't do that. You can't force somebody. That's not what's happening. Not anywhere. So there's no witch out there that can force somebody to do anything. Even though I can tell you right now that it would have been in his best interest, and he's going to find that out. You understand what I'm saying? He's going to find that out. Now, who got hidden, y'all? Don't block nobody, just put them in timeout. Who got blocked though? Because I didn't see anybody. Was it a troll? Hold on, let me go and look at the chat real quick. Yeah, it would he'll find out that this because he is a very self-destructive person. And the behavior the past few days towards me is because I refused him sexually. So he requested me sexually and I refused him. Oh, it was okay. I refused him. I told him no. And so that's why he came back and said that I was going to be homeless and kicked out of my home. And that didn't happen. It's like a temper tantrum. So I don't take anything that he says seriously because he threw a temper tantrum because I denied him sexually. Okay. Because he requested it. Okay. Yeah. Twice he requested it. So, but he'll find out that that was a mistake. That, all of the behavior that he has been participating in the past couple of months, he'll find out the mistake that he made on his own. It's not even anything where I have to keep talking about it or I have to keep dwelling on it. No, I'm not going to keep dwelling on it. I obviously have a lot going on and a lot to do. I don't have time to just keep trying to chase behind him. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot going on. One EQL is so funny. Yeah, like he got upset because I didn't. You understand that he got upset and said and told me that I was going to be homeless and kicked out of my home because I refused a reunion with him. That's why he did that. Because okay. I refused. Let me see here. Okay. Okay, I see who y'all talking about. Okay, yeah. Yeah, hide those people. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Make sure y'all just block those people out of the chat. Yes, that was correct. See? Okay. Yeah, definitely cuz those people are not working with a full deck anyway. Um that it's just to let y'all know those people are absolutely suicidal as well as genocidal, getting themselves involved with things that are never going to serve them. I don't suggest anybody do that. That would be just like it would like think about it. A white person joining a group of people that hate white people. A group why would you join a group of people that hate themselves? Like that, you see what I'm saying? It's very weird and strange, and Jamila does not contend with it. Okay, hold on a second, guys. My son is in here. Give me a second. So that makes no sense when you think about it. Okay, imagine a white person joining a group of white people who were like the reverse KKK. Why? I don't think any white person would ever do that, but just imagine that, I'm a white person and I see this group of people over here that hate white people. It's really, it doesn't make any sense, but we're mad about white people and what they did to other white people. So we're going to join a hate group that hates ourselves and then make it make sense. It doesn't. So joining a hate group is stupid anyway. That doesn't make any sense to join a hate group. It's bizarre. It really is. Okay, it's all good, y'all. Let's get past that. Okay. Yeah. Right. Right. Well, and one EQL, honestly, I don't really want to go over the whole history of it again because people pretty much know about the whole history. The jury is on out as if he is actually my twin flame or not. There was a draw. As far as I'm concerned, there was definitely a magnetism between the two of us that I eventually did give into, but then there was a lot of abuse. Okay. Yeah, I'm not responsible for my ex bashing black women. I'm sorry. I'm not I'm not responsible for that. Yeah. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Yeah. And okay. Yeah. Yeah, so the jury is still on out on is still out on that, but I can promise you that yeah, somebody that is either a twin flame or a soulmate can be messed up like that. He is messed up in the head. He is. And it's the only person that can bring themselves out of that situation is going to be him. Okay. He's going to have to walk away from that situation because it's a terribly um what do you call that? It's silly. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So first of all, when it comes to love, nobody should be depending on spells for love. Okay. If a man that you love has problems, or if there's an issue and you're having a temporary problem, then I would say that a ritual to clear him of that energy may be good, or if something is going on. But if somebody does that over and over again in a constant cycle of that, then you could be dealing with somebody that is narcissistic or somebody that is just full of crap. Okay. So I don't, there's no spell. Somebody keeps texting me. They texted from a different number because I blocked the other number. I don't have any spells going on that person. There's no spell. Okay. And I think they want to have a deep understanding of the craft, but they clearly don't. Okay. You clearly don't understand. I don't know who's teaching you about the craft. This person said, oh, I see you're waiting on your spell to work on Mike to stop. Why would I stop him? He's a grown man. I'm not trying to stop him from doing anything. In fact, if what he's saying is bothering you, then just unsub from his channel. I'm not responsible for his behavior. If he wants to go online and bash anybody that he wants, I'm not responsible for that. That's not my job to control him. No, that's not my job. Why don't you go and ask the black woman that he lives with to do that? I'm not understanding why this is on me. Why they trying to put this off on me? I'm not trying to make him stop at all. He's got all the rope. He's got enough rope and he's hanging himself as far as I'm concerned. Stop him from what? Why would I waste my energy needing to stop him? For what? Does that make sense? Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Should I be sitting over here lighting candles trying to stop him? And if he were to decide to, no, he hasn't came up here yet. If he were to decide that that's where he would go, that where he would want to go, then stop him for what? Stop him for what? Just transmute the energy, sis. That's all you got to do. Just transmute his bad energy. If you're listen, first of all, I know for a fact that whoever this person is that's contacting me, they just want to make contact with me. Okay, so all the racist white women he uplifts while trashing us black women is just him being cursed. listen, um, how do I say this? How do I say this? You'd have to go ask him, sweetie. I don't know why he would go online and bash black women. I have no idea. Just no idea. Right. I don't. This is what I'm trying to get across to people. Right. Right. Nobody over here is doing a spell or anything to make him stop doing anything. That would be unnecessary. For what? Stop him for what? Does he have any real power over me? Does what he's doing have any real power over you? Apparently it does. Either flag him down. If you black women, if any black woman, because I'm black too, y'all know that my hair is like wool, right? So I'm black too. If any woman is upset about what he's doing, flag him down. Do a petition. Do the same thing that y'all did to TS. If you're so upset about that, do something about it. Otherwise, he has the right to say whatever he wants to say, I'm guessing. I'm not worried about it. Okay, and hey, hold on, guys. I got to mute real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Yeah, no. Um, I'm not responsible for the decisions that he makes. And I do believe that it is those people from within that group that are grasping at straws here, and which is what they wanted in the first place. I think that he felt, and a few others of them felt like they could discredit me because I couldn't force him to have respect for himself. Self respect and self love comes from self. Now, if he were to come to me, if a man with that problem were to admit that they had a problem, not him, because he can't come to me. The cost for him would be very expensive. Okay. If he were to, but if a person were to admit that they made a mistake and they would stop making that mistake and they were to say, hey, I need some help. Okay. Then that would be different. Then maybe perhaps you can work on him. But forcing him, no, you can't force him. Like if you are into the craft, or if you want to explore witchcraft to force somebody to do something, if it is, it's only temporary. It's only temporary. So no. And may I make this suggestion? If you are a black woman that's with a black man that is disrespecting you, block him and break up with him. Okay. Don't try to seek. Uh, okay. Specifically, if he's disrespecting his own race, then you need to walk away from that situation. Okay. So Tierra says, "Hey Jamila, that isn't right what he's doing or saying. Isn't it like a definite defamation of character?" Yeah, it is, but first of all, he's been doing this for years. I believe that even before me and him actually spoke and met up, he began to do that to me and others. So it was kind of the nature of what he was doing. Um, and he eventually had an expectation that this was going to destroy my business. That's after a while, he wanted that to happen, right? That was his purpose in the first place, was to destroy me socially, to destroy my reputation in social media, right? He's never been able to do that. And it's because I am a witch. He'll never be able to do that ever, ever. Okay? So when you think about it, if a man or any other person is trying to defame your character, do you actually have the time to wait 2 or 3 months for a court date to come up so that you can sue them? Defamation of character is a legal term, right? So who has the time for that? Nobody actually has the time to waste on waiting on a court date. Yeah, I do have the option of suing him and taking him to court. But at the end of the day, all of us, our bills are due at the first of the month. So what you gonna do in between that time? Should everybody just constantly be prepared to lose everything that they have, any assets or whatever, until you can sue somebody? So that's not realistic. And witches and spiritualists don't do it that way, right? So at the end of the day, I feel that you still need spirit. Okay. And what's up with him body shaming women? Wasn't he a bigger man years ago? Yeah, see, that's something that you have to that's something that you have to ask him. I don't know why he's doing that, Tierra. I have no idea. But yeah, you're right about that. I will tell y'all this, that I've been knowing him personally, got very close to him over the past 4 years, and I can honestly say that he has a legit mental illness. I can honestly say that. He does. He has a legit mental illness, added with possibly somebody could be. I don't see. So this is the play. I think that there's at least one or two of these women that's hanging around him. At least one or two of them are trying to play the role as though they are worthy of his so-called validation. But then there's a few of them that are trying to make it look like they have him under mind control or some kind of control. Don't believe that. He's not under any kind of mind control, specifically with him. It does happen. That's not the deal with him. He's been doing that for years. Okay. He's been doing that for years. Okay. So, oh, let me block this person. Yeah, they keep texting me from different numbers. Uh-huh. I'm allowing him, this person is saying that I am allowing him to bash black women. So, you see how and we don't want to do that. That's a very dangerous place. Don't ever think that witches are going to force somebody to not be disrespectful. We have to draw the line here when it comes to witchcraft. That is not our job. Any man should, as a man, he should respect women, and he should respect himself and respect his own race. I'm sorry. So, so that's their understanding of it. I want y'all to understand that that is not witchcraft that is causing him to disrespect black women and respect white women. No, that's not their magic doing that. There's no amount of magic. This man is what we call a self-hater. He's also a misogynist. Okay? So he hates himself. He has shown anger towards his mother that he's still not over. and so he's kind of warped. Okay. But no, there's no witchcraft that can make a black man disrespect black women and then respect white women. There's nobody doing that. Please understand that, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to put witchcraft as a label on what actually is a dysfunctional person or a dysfunctional attitude. And then also racism, slavery, the system of racism and slavery that's not witchcraft either. I can tell you what created the whole system of slavery was a threat of violence. Okay. So there was no amount of witchcraft, mind control, or domination spell that had to be used on black people, maybe besides the Bible a little bit. But other than that, it was merely the threat of violence. If you don't pick this cotton, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to murder you and your family. That's what that was. So there's no witchcraft that, yeah, right. Is he man enough to let you know who he is? You know what? I think that what ended up happening, I'm going to tell y'all exactly what ended up happening. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all exactly what happened. This small group of people, right? What they decided was that they were going to get together a group that bashes their own race, right? It went too far. It went totally too far. So they realized that there's really no foundation. It's a shaky foundation to be going around the internet discriminating. And even, even just regular, normal misogynists figured that out, that it's not, you're not going to be able to come to social media and say, hey, all women this, because I believe that it may have partially was born out of the MGTOW. Okay. So all of that was a failure. Now they're trying to work in witchcraft with that, and it's not going to happen. It's not. That's something that I don't even have to do. I don't have to do a spell or craft a spell to make that not work. I would say that the hierarchy is going to do something about it, because witchcraft has nothing to do with that. Okay. These were people that decided that they were going to start these hate groups. And at first they tried to monetize. You can't monetize that. You can't, because it's discrimination. So now they're trying to work spirituality into that. And I can guarantee that is going to be a failure as well, because nobody's going to buy that. Nobody, So with my guess is that maybe perhaps somebody that is racist would walk up to these people and say, hey, I don't like these black people over here. I'm racist. Can you do some spells or curses on them? I guess maybe. I don't know. I don't see how that even within itself. So it's really self-depreciating. It doesn't make any sense, because when you think about it, it's gonna fail just like the system of slavery failed per se, even though the slave system is still very much alive and active through the criminal justice system per se. But even with that, you've got people out there fighting for the rights of prisoners and inmates and stuff. So I think that where they're trying to go with it is where they have to pretty much kick somebody else down, or either take their energy, take their power, and it's never going to work for them unless you let it. If you are a person that is a target by these people and you let that happen, then yeah, it'll possibly work. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think that very early on with the attacks, very early on, what they wanted, what they desired, because they hate black women, they hate themselves so much. What they really wanted was to see somebody commit suicide or something like that. And see, that is actually very common in gang stalkers. So we're actually on, on some level, well, not on some level, we are actually dealing with gang stalkers that are trying to work witchcraft into it. They're trying to basically do that. They're gang stalkers, okay? Yeah. Online gang stalkers. So I think very early on the reason why they wanted to do that is because they wanted to make themselves look powerful. But in reality, it's working against them because really what it looks like is people that you just want to stay away from altogether, right? I mean, why would somebody go to somebody that would do that, that's so ignorant and evil and distasteful and distrustful? People want to deal with people that they know care, that has some kind of human, redeeming human qualities to them. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it just doesn't work. And it's because as a witch, if we're not dealing with a situation that is emotional, then we're dealing with an intellectual situation, or either we're dealing with a financial situation. And a person that is not trustworthy is just not trustworthy. But see, they thought about that. Trust me. That's the reason why they have to make somebody look bad. That's why they tell lies. That's why they lie. They have to lie on their targets. Okay, but even with that, that still doesn't work if you know what to do, if you know to do the right thing. So basically, the lesson that they're going to learn is that you can't just lie on people. It's not going to work. You can't do that to people. It's not going to work. But the lesson that everybody else needs to learn is that just because somebody lies on you does not mean that you're not going to be victorious. You see what I'm saying? So they wanted to be people that you had to fear, and does it work? Does it actually make people fear them? I don't believe any. I think that there are a few select people that do actually have fear in these people. I know it's not Jen, definitely not Jen, and definitely not one EQL. Or any of you guys afraid of those people? Just curious, how many of y'all are afraid of those people? Any of y'all scared that they may do something to you? I know I'm not, but are y'all afraid? Nobody's afraid. I can promise you that nobody fears them. So, I think that that's what that was about too. They wanted to be these diabolical people that's just taking over, and they just gonna, make somebody, do something. Right. Right. No, right, exactly. So nobody fears these people. Nobody, no, I mean, they may laugh at them or not take them seriously, but as far as fearing them and feeling as though, oh my God, we're dealing with some people that are just really going to do something to us. No, nobody fears them like that. No. Yeah. Yeah. And don't even let that happen. Don't even let that happen. And you know what? That's going to be happening less and less. It is. It's going to be happening less and less. Y'all don't have to fear those people. If you fear them, it's a false fear tactic. It's what do you call that? It's deception. Yeah. It's just deception. I wouldn't fear them if I were y'all. Yeah, it definitely I'm gonna tell you this one, EQL, it definitely was shocking, and it was aggravating for me, especially back in April when it first happened, because literally I wasn't even trying to do harm to nobody. I just wanted that person to just permanently be out, permanently be able to keep out of my spirit, because there were several of them that were constantly trying to get in my spirit. It was constantly, they wanted to be in my energy. And even even when I was dealing with their agent, because that's what he is, he's an agent, my ex, even while dealing with him, they still wasn't really able to tap into my source, not the way they wanted to, but they wanted to, trust me. Yeah. So, you know, don't let them do that. I mean, they can definitely in fact, a lot of the fear and the aggravation that y'all are feeling, since a lot of y'all are empaths, you're sensing their fear. They the ones that's scared. Y'all not even sensing y'all own fear. Y'all sensing their fear. So I don't. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They'll learn. They'll learn one EQL. They will. They'll learn. So I'd say though that it's probably several of them that probably don't need to be in social media with the things that they do, but unfortunately YouTube allows them to be here. I think that maybe at some point a little bit later, maybe we can get together something to do something about it. But here's what I think. I think that a lot of them are headed to prison anyway, because it ain't just me that's filing the FBI reports. There are people anonymously reporting these people. Trust me. Trust me. They are being anonymously reported, and eventually they are going to be that they'll get around to them. Okay, because it always catches up with people when they're doing things like that, doesn't it? Especially the smear campaigns, because the smear campaigns has actually caused people that might be emotionally driven to believe some of the stuff that they say and to attack people. So if you go to social media and you're speaking a lie on somebody with the sole purpose of getting them attacked by either, community harassment, or if it's, I think it's equivalent to possibly filing a false report with the police, eventually those people are going to get got. Okay. Eventually, you know, that's just like it's illegal to drop revenge porn. It's illegal to do that. And they still do it because they don't know that the fat meat is greasy, or either they done did some kind of jar or something, and they think that that jar is going to protect them from, from the law. The law is not going to actually call them out for committing actual crimes. I mean, to me, what it looks like is that they almost want to go to prison. That's what it looks like to me, doesn't it? Is that what it looks like to y'all? Because I mean, they have no shame. They'll be out in the open dropping revenge porn. They've been out in the open. They'll even they'll even say that they're going to swat your house. That I mean, they are doing everything to say, "Hey, I don't need to be walking around free in society. I need to be locked up. I need to be." That's basically what they saying, ain't it? Like, and so I guess eventually, they'll, because it's went beyond. I can promise you that it's went beyond just the local police. Like, it has went federal. So a lot of them are being watched, which is why some of them won't do it. Some of them won't drop the revenge porn because they know they're being watched. Or if they do drop it, they'll take it down, but they don't realize that there's people taking notes on that. There are people that are saving those hyperlinks. Yeah, there's people that are saving those hyperlinks and reporting them because they don't think that it's right what they're doing. So, and I think that we all as women not made the mistake of caring about a person that you shouldn't have. I mean, even if you throw your cards on that person, it can't guarantee that this person ain't going to do something, lie to you, cheat on you. I mean, you just gotta, man, it's definitely a lot that can happen, So, but we're not in the business of, blaming people, basically that felt that they were doing the right thing at that time and having the heart, having a heart, actually having compassion for people. So that doesn't make you guilty. Now, hold on a second. Hold on, y'all, because I got somebody texting me. Okay. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that. Okay. That's in fact, no normal person is gonna do that. Only somebody that is judgmental or somebody that is, you know, yeah, nobody actually thinks that way, and so don't worry about it, y'all. God or goddess or whatever you believe in got your back, but yeah, after a while, you do need to just say, hey, it's time for me to walk away from this person. At some point you have to walk away, because when it gets so bad to where, you're having financial issues that can literally change the course of your life, yeah, that's when you know that that person, you know, what is this? That's when you know that that person, it's time to walk away from that person for good. Because they ain't, it's like, oh, yeah. Who is this? Oh, cute. So, anyway, y'all, yeah. So, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Make sure that y'all sub to the Witch's Broom channel. Listen, I know that there's some people that are entertained with this drama because the same drama has been happening for years. I'm not entertained by it. Okay. I'm not entertained by it. And I don't want any parts of it. Okay. So that's pretty much what I'm doing, is stepping away and digressing from this. And they don't like that. They don't like for you to digress. They they want you involved. They want you, um, making videos about them constantly. They want you to constantly give them feedback. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not. And they are planning to throw temper tantrums. They will, they're willing to do just about anything to get the attention from the YouTubers that they want to get attention from. But at the end of the day, yes, I am on YouTube. I am a business owner also with a website. So my company doesn't depend on social media. It doesn't. It's not codependent on social media. You see what I'm saying? So, I can't do it. It's for me, I just don't want any association because I don't need to do that stuff. I don't need to, if you don't really need to do, I don't understand what the need is behind it, besides the fact that I think people can send them money to make videos about people, which is, again, not something that I think in the long run is going to be something that social media can be used for. And I think that we can look at the Cardi B Tasha K situation, because y'all remember how Tasha K said some very inflammatory things, very embarrassing things about Cardi B, and Cardi B sued her and actually won in court. Now, I don't know the update from that for that, but I don't think that social media should be used to, bash somebody. I think that there's going to be laws that are going to be created against that. So, and I think that their gravy train is over because as a business owner, what do? I come on here, I show you guys spells, I do my readings. I don't my business is there's not a foundation of my company that requires for me to come on here and talk about anybody. If I've defended myself in the past and defended my own honor, that's different. But my buzz, okay, my buzz is not about bashing somebody or telling a lie on somebody or fighting and having drama. It's not. That's not what I built my company on. Okay. So I think that if you have built your company on that, then that might be a shaky foundation and you need to start from scratch and start laying down them bricks to be a little bit more stronger. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, I don't think that's a good foundation, especially not in the spiritual business. No, it's not a very good foundation. That's very shaky. Because what you're saying is that you really don't have any real magic and you really don't have any real use, and you've got to go and defame somebody or argue with somebody every single day. That's not what. No, and that's not what I want to do. It can be it becomes draining. It does. It'll drain you. No, nobody has time for that. So, anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I'm going to go. I'm going to get out of here. Okay, I got things to do. It's almost 9 o'clock and it's still daylight outside. That's crazy. I feel like, wonder how many hours of daytime we got today. That's weird. Don't it seem like we still in the summer solstice or something? That's weird. We usually get dark around 8:30. Huh. Okay, guys, I will see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Blessings to you guys. Follow me on the Witch's Broom channel. If you're here for the drama, I don't know what to tell you. Make sure y'all sub to the Witch's Broom channel, though. Uh, I don't want to be a part of that drama, and they can't force me, is what I want to say. So if you want to keep listening to the drama, I'm asking you to please, please, if you actually support me, don't expect for me to continue to put my input into that drama because it ain't been nothing but wash, rinse, and repeat, wash, rinse, and repeat, and it doesn't serve me at all. Oh yeah, I know, right? Girl, you read my mind. I was actually thinking about Halloween earlier because I had went past the this haunted house around here, around my neighborhood. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I do. Has it really? Oh, I bet that's nice. I bet that's nice. Mm-hmm. I like to stick with the content that I like to put up, or either honestly, the drama, I watch it sometimes. I like to look at cooking channels, family channels, witchy channels is what I look at, arts and crafts, DIY. I love to there's this one guy, it's called his channel's called Frickin' Reviews. I enjoy his channel very much. Yeah. So if I'm gonna watch television or something, it's gonna be something that I enjoy. I don't enjoy I feel like if you like to watch people debate or if you like to watch people argue, but not when people are really trying to do it at the expense of other people's family. That's where it's kind of like, maybe if you like to debate about something, but when you're trying to bring people's kids into it, And when you're attacking people in your home, that's kind of when things start to go and cross the line. And I think that the lines have been crossed with those people, and that's why I don't want to play with them anymore. Yeah. Oh God, I love watching like the treats and stuff, the different treats and desserts that you can make and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just not, I've never been into it, and it's kind of I don't know, they kind of know that you're like when you have pretty much a quiet, peaceful, kind of stress-free life. They kind of know that because they've gotten to know you and what you talk about, and they just want to bring the chaos. They want to bring the chaos. Transmute that energy. If they start throwing that stuff at you, every bit of chaotic, negative energy that they send to me is going to be converted to my peace and my healing, my prosperity. So let them keep sending it. After a while, they're going to say, dang, we just feeding her. So we're going to have to stop this. We're going to have to stop this mess because, all we doing is blowing her up. I know, y'all. We got a long way till Halloween, though, y'all. Yeah. I'm it's a lot of stuff that I would like, oh my God, like it's life can be so good. It doesn't have to be traumatic and tragic. Yeah. So I was gonna say something. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say something about that though. Yeah. So I don't know. I think maybe just getting it out of your system would be good. Just get that drama out of your system because they sure want you there for it. They do, but I'm sorry, it's not at the expense of people's children or other people. Nah, nah, y'all doing too much. They need to go and do better. Okay. Anybody that you see on here that's involved with drama, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to go back and forth with people. There's some people that enjoy that kind of stuff, but anybody that's sitting at home and they want to be a part of the drama, but they calling the police to people's house and they calling people and they showing up at people's houses, like, yeah, you need to step away because yeah, you need to. There's obviously something really miserable going on there. Yeah, no. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Okay, y'all, I gotta go. Oh, thank you, Jen. I got a super chat. Thank you, Jen. I love y'all too. I will see y'all later. Okay. I think I'm gonna have a video going up on the Witch's Broom channel about that not graveyard. Y'all got me saying graveyard because I saw graveyard pudding about that bank dirt oil. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's some good stuff. Mighty good stuff. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good evening. Blessings. Bye bye.